there, it's Tania Gabrielle, Wealth Astro-Numerologist. Welcome to Star Codes, the podcast where we look at an upcoming event in the stars and numbers, the astrology and numerology, to help elevate us so that we can be in alignment with the frequency of each celestial event. And in this case, it's a very special Mercury retrograde. And I know you must be wondering what's so special about Mercury retrograde. Well, this time, Mercury will be retrograde for 11 days. So the partial retrograde will be during a Venus retrograde. And that's very exciting. It's going to awaken the divine feminine in a big way. And it starts on August 23rd, which is the royal star of the line number. And if you've been watching or listening to the podcast, you know that this number 23 has been activated across the board since July 23, when the sun entered Leo. And it just continued and continued. And now the final event activating the royal star of the line number is this Mercury retrograde. And as it happens, the sun enters Virgo at the same moment on August 23rd that Mercury stations retrograde. So we already have two events on that day. And when you look at the fact that Venus will be already in its own retrograde, which began July 22nd, there will be 11 straight days where Mercury and Venus will both be retrograding. These are two personal planets, and that really means that between August 23rd and September 3rd, when Venus stations direct again, for those 11 days, take a time out if you can. You know, it's still summer in the Northern Hemisphere, so if you're able to just take a break through that Labor Day weekend in the US, and just in general to, lay low, take a time out, don't do too much, that's really going to be helpful. With the sun in Virgo, the attention is on health and healing in general. So it's a good time to just get a health break, right? And that would mean a break from technology, from being on the phone all the time or the laptop, whatever the case may be. Just really look at the fact that Mercury retrograde says, okay, yes, I love information, but when I'm in retrograde, I need to reflect. And I can't reflect when I'm constantly inundated with info and data. So this is an especially potent Mercury retrograde. Mercury rules Virgo. Mercury is very comfortable there. And when in retrograde, in general, we focus on integrating information. And so we do this through reflection, through revision, through relaxation. And with Venus being retrograde at the same time, we will be most relaxed when we feel surrounded by beauty, when we feel a sense of pleasure, the five senses, the connection to anything that invokes beauty for you. So Mercury is the messenger. Mercury governs communication, generosity, curiosity. So it's a generous dose of curiosity, info, and how you get your message across, how you speak, how your body language is, how you think, of course, energy waves, broadcasting. And Mercury keeps technology and transportation running smoothly. Now, all these topics and more will intensify as you pay attention and reflect on your inner growth and transmute anything that is stressing you out, and also guard against working too hard, as I was saying. If your to-do list is too long, you need to lighten up your schedule. You need to rest and recharge and focus on self-care, Virgo, nurturing, relaxation, and Mother Earth. Let's look at the date first, August 23, 2023, invoking the royal star, the lion number. The sun enters Virgo the same day, August 23. The royal star, the lion number, is incredibly powerful in terms of instilling confidence, instilling courage. So this whole period of Mercury in its retrograde until September 14th is designed for you to be more courageous in how you express yourself, in what you actually want to share through your voice, your writing, any communication that you have, and what you think about. Are your thoughts filled with confidence and courage and proactive and positive, right? This is really the question. This is the final activation, as I said, of the number 23. So it is an incredible sequence of events that led up to this climax. And even though Venus will be in Leo until early October and continue that lion energy, there's a climactic moment now with both of these planets retrograde. And let's now look at another clue about what to focus on, and that is the 21 degree in Virgo number. 21 is the number of our 21st century, and it represents the truth shall set you free. The truth shall set you free. So, the truth can show up in many different ways. Sometimes we love hearing the truth, and sometimes we don't want to hear the truth, but it will make itself more readily available at this time. So be open and don't shut it down. Be very conscious that healing is generated because of the Virgo, the sign of Virgo, where Mercury is retrograding in its own sign. So you have amazing opportunities now when you hear something that really moves you or hits you to step back and see clearly and integrate, and then from that integration communicate with a lot of integrity. So the integration results in integrity, and those words are intimately connected. So when you are integrated and whole, you are in integrity when you show up in life. So this is a really wonderful time to dive more deeply, to do research, to do editing on anything that will bring your life into balance, especially on a daily basis, right? You would just want to make little adjustments here and there, or big adjustments. Virgo is a detail-oriented sign. It does govern your daily life, and you may feel compelled to attend to everyday responsibilities in a different way, or to focus on those responsibilities that you may have put on the back burner and now realize are very, very important for your life to be in harmony. So you may rethink how you're caring for your health, how you're being of service to others, how you're relating to nature, whether you are being meticulous enough and also can see the big picture. So the microcosm and the macrocosm are covered by Virgo. And probably the biggest item on the list of Virgo to-dos is self-acceptance. So looking in the mirror, saying hello to you, literally looking into your eyes, telling yourself that you love yourself, I love you, and telling yourself that you will work to improve your life, and looking in the mirror and saying that, it really can put you in a place of grounding energy. Virgo is an earth sign, and we're going to get to the earth trine in a moment, but Virgo and Capricorn and Taurus, the three earth signs, are very activated, and so there's a real opportunity here to get grounded and thereby not get taken for a ride, get influenced in a way that maybe is not for your highest good, because you can actually feel and see through that which is good for you and that which is not. So it's caring for your well-being on all levels. Now, the joint Venus retrograde points the way on how to do this. And as I was saying, it is truly through beauty. Joyful creativity is key here. Doing something that brings you pleasure and therefore the joy in the creative process. And listening closely. Mercury is about communication and messages. So messages from spirit, messages from your guides, messages that are truly divinely inspired are very much on the docket right now. So the transmissions, the downloads, all are super heightened at a time that we're in now, the spiritual renewal, the moment of spiritual renewal is upon us. We are in that time, and that is when the downloads that we have are more heightened. And this goes for everyone. So even those who maybe want to be in denial, or those who say, I don't want to know, or I'm frightened, the good forces work with them as well. They work in a way to spark courage, right? So the good forces, they want to activate that which is natural in all of us. And if Virgo is anything, it is a sign of nature, of the natural. So your intuitive ability to navigate reality, which is the natural world that is real, right, is really heightened now. Virgo stands for your true natural gifts and talents. And one thing, there is a shadow side to every sign. And with Virgo, that would be either being overly analytical, right, where you're doing too much of the detail-oriented, but really it is the tendency to worry. Now let's look at the opposition from Mercury retrograde to Neptune. Neptune is still in its own sign of Pisces, has been for many years, and they are in opposition. So remember that Saturn entered Neptune in March after 29 years or so, and will be there for another 2 years. And Saturn is all about taking responsibility. And in this case, Saturn in Pisces, I think I said Saturn entered Neptune, but if I did, Saturn entered Pisces in March. Saturn in Pisces means taking responsibility for your spiritual nature. And that has become very important now, to take responsibility for the fact that you are a soul that is incarnated in a physical body. You are not the body itself. You have a spiritual nature called the soul. So you want to look at how you express yourself, Mercury. What are your intentions? What are your goals? How much are you able to produce and achieve with grace and ease? The Neptune opposite Saturn is very, very wonderful for an upgrade in all those areas. Because the shadow side of Pisces, where Neptune is, and this opposition can bring this out too, is confusion and addiction and even insanity, delusion, denial, right? Something that is hidden, a lack of understanding really that you as an individual are a creator of your reality. So you create your own reality is the key with Saturn always. And so we have 2 more years of Saturn in Pisces, and so this opposition will also activate those themes and those topics so that we can better adjust over the next 2 years. So your life really flourishes when you take responsibility and accept the responsibility to dare to believe that you are in charge, that you are a creator. That is when life gets real. And it gets real in a way that feels good. So Mercury is also conjunct Mars in Virgo, and that means that your mind is infused with energy and you're supremely focused and your thoughts carry a tremendous passion and momentum. They're rapid, they can race ahead even with the retrograde, so be aware of that. Definitely think through your ideas, take time before acting on them, and you can make wonderful breakthroughs that way. So Venus retrograde, Mercury retrograde, they're ensuring that you embrace your natural ability to create. You are a creator. Venus is the creative planet. Venus is retrograding in the sign of creativity, Leo, of all things. So the creative sense in you is really being called to action. So you want to live your life to the fullest, the very, very best that you can. And just know that when you put out your frequency through what you say, what you do, what you think, what you create, you demonstrate, you inspire others. The more beauty you create, the better, because beauty opens up the senses. Beauty makes you more psychic. Beauty connects you with the majesty of nature, of existence, of life itself. So follow that inner guidance, trust yourself, and create the very, very best. And to help you with that, I have a free online class that is really geared towards your spiritual awakening. It's called How to Master Your Stars, and you can watch it for free at spiritualmasteryclass.com. And what we cover is the secret to spiritual mastery, the true meaning of your rising sign in your birth chart, the important difference between individuality and uniqueness, very important to delineate the difference now, your natal sun and natal moon's profound impact on living an abundant, happy, spiritual, fulfilled life, and also how to instantly connect with your soul, with your guides, with spirit, and many other secret tools. It's all revealed at spiritualmasteryclass.com. Again, it's free. Enjoy it. Have a beautiful week, a wonderful Mercury retrograde, and I will see you in next week's Star Codes podcast. Lots of love.